Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the MLE channel. I'm joined by Squid. Look at him with his outstanding hair. We're here with another series, the AL Foxes and Lightning teams, only 3 games apart from each other, both with a losing record at 1-4. Someone has to break that mold here today.
Well, indeed they do, and we've seen some pretty good games already tonight, so I'm excited to see if we can have such an enticing matchup here in this final match of the day. Of course, it's going to be Academy League, and again, Lightning and Foxes. 2 teams you already mentioned pretty close in the standings, only separated by a couple of games, but on the lower side. So, you know, give and take, but you got to start a comeback somewhere, so I suppose this might be the best spot to do it.
Yeah, it's a game like this where you really need to look and say, this is where we can turn our season around. Mid-season form, it's very vital for both of these teams to take a couple of matches and find success here.
All right, well, it looks like we are prepped with this series of 5. So let's go ahead and get the players down onto the field. We're excited to see this one. Once again, final match of the night for this weekend, I think, actually, overall. I almost forgot it was Sunday. But here we go. Lightning and Foxes moving onto the field right now. I'd say never actually introduced your own name. I'm assuming you did before, but...
Well, you know, I am the one, the only beautiful Deli, and on the field is some even more beautiful players as we've got Salvation and Cake-Kiss on the field for the Lightning and Want Some Sugar and Tyler for the Foxes. They're going to look to put on a great show for us as Tyler's going to try to throw in the ball from pretty much the downtown part of Neo-Tokyo. I mean, I assume this is downtown, so everywhere's from downtown. Here comes Salvation with an early goal to put his team up with only 22 seconds removed from the game.
And striking downtown by himself, actually approaching from downtown all the way to the red field. That ball was kind of loose out there. And, you know, I have to say, it does look like the downtown. But I suppose if this is like Cyberpunk, you know, like 2090, yeah, then I guess this could just be the suburbs. And, you know, downtown's a bit more. Anyways, let's get back to the game. You get what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying, because there's nothing I love more than a cyberpunk-themed environment. You know, that's kind of my specialty in forms of looking and watching at movies. I actively look for that future stuff, but on the field, because I'm getting distracted too, we've got the Lightning putting on some more pressure, forcing the Foxes to make a save as the ball's going to come down the wing here with Tyler to chase. Salvation's going to look for a 50. Tyler's going to do a little dance and let Salvation take the ball away from him, and he's going to look to go down the wing. He'll also do a dance and look for his teammate. Tyler looking for the 50. It'll go back into the corner and out to the midfield line, where Cake-Kiss will follow and beat his man. No goalie, but the empty net puts on the jukes, and Cake-Kiss puts the ball just to the right side of that goal. Unfortunate as Tyler will take it away and look to make a play on Salvation. 50-50 right to Want Some Sugar. No goalie in sight, and they will tie the game.
And that was a quick 100-0 for the Lightning, end-to-end, and a wonderful 50-50 from Tyler indeed. It's completely open for his teammate, but that's got to be heartbreak for Cake-Kiss.
Yeah, an awesome little 1-2 there as they really put together a great play. Kickoff will stay neutral. It'll pop up in front. Tyler and Cake-Kiss 50-50. He came from out of nowhere for that ball, and Salvation will drop the ball in. We're seeing back-to-back goal-scoring chances here, and you love to see them bag that type of shot.
Yeah, and Cake-Kiss being right there for the kickoff as well shows faith in their teammate. Salvation popping up that initial 50-50 up to the side, and then Cake-Kiss being there for the contest to secure the center and the goal ultimately. Wonderful faith.
With the ball here off the kickoff, Salvation's going to throw it down, look to follow it off the backboard. Want Some Sugar, doesn't get the touch he wants. Salvation's going to wait him out, put the ball in front, and Cake-Kiss will shovel that in regardless of what the Foxes think about it.
Definitely not the catch that Want Some Sugar wanted. Salvation doing an excellent job on that contest, pushing it up onto the opposing car and then ensuring that he's still there in order to send it out into the center. Just an overall textbook play. The Lightning take a quick 2-0 lead.
Ball popping up off the kickoff right to Want Some Sugar, who's waiting for it. That ball actually caught him by surprise, and a shot coming in. It just is not beating out the goalie in Tyler, who's going to look to follow it now. Salvation will throw it up off the wall and beat his man. Want Some Sugar is also beat by Salvation. Anyone else want some from him? Salvation will back off the ball and decide to give us mercy for now. Ball is going to shoot back down to the Foxes side, off the corner, in front. Want Some Sugar beats out Salvation. Kakis with a shot, bar down skis and out. Unfortunate, as that was an incredible effort. Want Some Sugar will beat out the extra shot and get a save for his effort. Tyler sends the ball down the wing, and they're going to look to collect some boost here after that effort. Kakis going to drop the ball, and Tyler had his eyes on goal, but he didn't have his eyes on the ball, and it will go off target and pretty much sit there in the corner. Want Some Sugar, his eyes are on the goal. He'll shoot it and get it past the goalie. 3-2 with half the game left.
And very well punishing the front post rotation right here. Salvation not making that touch, and Want Some Sugar is ready to punish. And you can see their take is not playing to the back post. Ends up getting punished for that one. Looks like they were looking to move up a little bit off the teammate's touch there. Unfortunate situation, but the Foxes glad to have that second goal.
And the Foxes are going to look to bring this game back into tied form, as Tyler is going to send the ball up here in this wall, very up to the top of the ceiling. I'm getting mixed up on my words. Kakis is going to get demolished, though, by Tyler, and Want Some Sugar is going to look to bring the ball out of his zone, beat out Salvation, and get bumped. Time and space for the Lightning. They're going to send the ball up the field, high in the air, looking for a goalie as Kakis. He gets the piece of Want Some Sugar. Salvation will bury that ball. 2-goal lead, 2 minutes to go, and we're seeing a lot of numbers divisible by 2 on this scoreboard.
And again, so much faith. That's just sort of an odd thing to say, but you're right. I mean, it is a lot. But so much faith for Kakis to have and their teammate right there, going for the bump and realizing that it was a completely valid play, left it completely open for Salvation. They've got a hefty lead here of only 6. Well, I suppose it's only 6, not quite hefty. But with 2 minutes left, it could be considered optimal.
And now with the ball coming off the backboard in front, Kakis is going to beat out Tyler and throw it in the wall. 2-on-none right now, and he gets it over top of Tyler. Want Some Sugar is running back. He gets there just in time to send the ball to his corner and out from in front. Ball's going to sit around, or Want Some Sugar is going to look to make a play. Beats out Salvation. Demolition. He can't apply the coup de grace on Kakis there, as he will get the ball. And here comes Tyler making the move around the corner, beats out the defender. The Foxes are beating the first man and then just not finishing the ball here. Very frustrating work, as Kakis is going to get bumped off. Tyler will turn, look for the goal, and Salvation will beat him on the 50. Salvation with a shot on goal off the back. We're looking for Want Some Sugar, and Kakis not believing in his teammate. He backed off. Ball coming back into the corner where Tyler will send it out across that wing. Salvation gets the ball up to about midfield. It'll stay here for now, sending it across and switching the play where Want Some Sugar waits, but it beats him. No goalie. Tyler has to turn back from getting boost. Kakis will follow after the save is made. Ball coming off the backboard in front. Double commit. Kakis chips the ball up. His teammate is not waiting. Tyler will try to dribble this one out. Kakis tries to get a piece of it, and he does, but he misses the ball up the wall. He's going to come back down here for Salvation. We've got a bit of a stagnation in play here, as the ball's not going very far, very fast, but Kakis has an empty net, and the chance will be capitalized upon. 3-goal lead with 30 seconds to go.
And the Foxes struggling so much to break out here eventually leads into their ultimate demise. Nobody even close to home, as Kakis has the entire net to shoot at. Now the final 30 seconds, the Lightning basically running away with this one, but such a commendable effort at blocking out their opponents in the midfield line. You can just check the shot count, 11-3, favoring the Lightning, and it's pretty obvious why they're winning this game.
They're just really firing on all cylinders, as Tyler will throw in a goal. Of course, it's not too relevant now. It will be very relevant if the Foxes were to score another quick goal just like that. But at the moment, it doesn't seem anything too particular to give them any sort of boost, except for goal difference, as if you're the Foxes, you're really looking forward to the next game here.
Well, really, unless they do get that quick kickoff goal, doesn't look like they will here, though.
With the ball coming down, Want Some Sugar is going to send the ball up high. I see some fans in the 7th floor of those apartment buildings taking some pictures, because that's the closest the ball will get to them all night. Ball is going to sit around in the Foxes half, bounce around. Tyler's going to send it out. That will pretty much be it for Game 1. The Lightning are going to take an early series lead here and hope that they can take it to hopefully a series win. Ball not exactly coming down yet. Finally it does. The Lightning have pretty much cemented it at this point, and they just have to look forward to Game 2 if you're a Fox right now.
Yeah, and honestly, the Foxes, I mean, their shooting percentage was phenomenal for this game. I mean, 3 goals for 4 shots. That's great. Congratulations on that front. However, when you have 12 shots against, it's generally not going to get the job done. So overall, I mean, trying to push out a little bit more onto the offense will probably be beneficial for them. But what little offense they did have, I was pleased to view just about in every single situation. Want Some Sugar with 100% goal participation, and Tyler only lacking that 1 assist. And overall, good offensive effort, just not enough of it.
Yeah, usually 3 goals will get you a win in a Rocket League match. Unfortunately, the Lightning decided they just put up 5 and kind of put a stop to that. As you know, the Foxes really put together a good effort. The Lightning just put up an even better effort. And the Foxes defense, they did everything they could. They're going to have to try harder, though, at this rate.
Well, good thing they have plenty of time to adapt. Moving into game number 2 now of this series of 5. Lightning lead by 1. Fox has shown plenty of promise, but the Lightning, of course, with those, they had a lot of solo plays, I have to say. A couple of awkward situations on the back line on either side, though. Let's find out who's going to be able to come on top here in game number 2. Let's get the players down and ready to go, and let's see if Bob's Ramen will be the center point for where the ball can go. I know you mentioned some people taking pictures in a 7th floor apartment. I mean, that's got to be some pretty prime real estate for this section of the city.
Right, you've got the metro right there. What do you call it? A monorail. You've got a really great view at this point, but I mean, you know, what's also you got to think about is pollution. Now, of course, I don't think about that. I said this last series. I love making pollution because I'm from New York. That's all we do. Want some sugar. What he wants to do is get some sugar and also some goals. He can't put enough sweet onto that ball, though, as it does not get past the defenders. Salvation and Kakis are going to go together because 2 is always better than 1. That's simple math. Want some sugar is going to dribble in and try to beat out Salvation. It gets pinched into the corner, though. 30 seconds have removed. No one's really broken forth and brought together a really, what's the word I'm looking for? A really scary attack? I don't know my words, but either way, here comes Tyler. He's going to put one together. He almost gets it past Salvation, who just puts himself in a good enough position that it just can't get by him. Salvation off the wall. Wants some sugar. Can't get a touch to it that he wants. Salvation's going to look to get it over top of Tyler, but it just does not work out. He's going to put it into his corner. Rolling up the wall now, and Tyler's going to follow. Kakis actually gets the ball cleanly from the defender, and a 50-50. He just can't apply the finishing touch to put it out to his teammate. Ball will roll up into the wall now, where Tyler will look to dig it out of his own zone. Finally, after all his time on defense, it won't work out, though, as Salvation meets him in the air. Wants and Sugar will finally clear it from their zone. And now they're looking together to put an attack forward. It's actually going to have to be all for nothing as the ball comes back down. Want Some Sugar looking for boost. He gets none, and almost a double commit there as Want Some Sugar was looking for boost. Tyler was out of the play, and he actually gets back in time to make a save. Tyler's going to fly back and make an awesome stop there for that attack, and Salvation is going to look to collect some boost and make a play on this ball. No boost for him, though. Tyler gets it over top of him, looking to follow, and the ball goes back off to the side, not on goal. And Kakis is going to look to bring the ball out past that midfield line. Lightning back on the attack as they have been for so often, it seems. Tyler's going to bring it back across the face of the pitch here and look to follow through. Kakis is going to put the ball up. It's in the air. Salvation follows off target. There was no goalie. That could have been a goal for the Lightning to put them forward. Kakis looking to take the shot, and Tyler will make the save and send it off. Is there anything you have been seeing so far in this match that maybe I have not?
Oh boy, let me tell you, I got a little bit of an essay written down because on both the Foxes and the Lightning side, I've been noticing a couple of missed offensive opportunities for different reasons, however. The Lightning seems to just not be able to capitalize on what they have. The Foxes will be able to pick one up right here with Tyler making the individual play from the midfield line. But overall, it really feels like they haven't been coming together as a unit on the Fox side of the ball, so a couple of things to mop up on either side. The Foxes do manage to take the lead right there.
Yeah, it's been a little interesting to see attacks like coming together and seeing the ball in the offensive zone, some pressure building, but they just haven't been able to put together a team play or really put the ball in a position where they could score, where they really haven't been helping themselves out is the word I'm exactly looking for, where they get the ball forward and they're just not finding support from their teammate or finding that opportunity, or they're being too selfish amongst themselves and not supporting their teammate that is waiting for them to pass that ball out. As Salvation here, he's going to make a solo play just as I was talking about. It was a 2-on-1 for the defense, exactly what they want, and you really want your teammate up there to help you or to even trust him to make a passing play come together. Tyler's going to bury the ball out of his own half there, and he's going to follow through into the corner looking for his teammate, exactly what I've been talking about, but his teammate is at the midfield line, not collecting himself to try and make a shot, and Want Some Sugar is going to put the ball back in the corner. Tyler is actually at the midfield line, and he's given up on the play. They've given up possession, and a double commit on the offensive side is going to put them out of commission, but Tyler actually steals the ball back, and they're going to look to send the ball back in front, but Want Some Sugar will miss. Salvation is going to get it past Tyler. 2-on-none. I think we're alone now, but the solo mission from Want Some Sugar will put the ball out, and Cakeist will miss. And now Salvation is going to have to make something happen after his teammate had an uneventful opportunity in that zone. We're coming down to a minute now with the Foxes with a 1-goal lead. We saw the exact opposite of what we see in Game 1 with a lot of goals, and Want Some Sugar is going to bring us a little bit closer to what we saw last game.
Getting an absolutely free opportunity here. Tyler was driven that one downfield as soon as Salvation got it away from the opponent, however, kind of panicked with the ball and just served it right up for Want Some Sugar, leaving the net completely open. But an instance I saw just a moment ago, which kind of illustrated my point from earlier perfectly, is the Foxes kind of both trying to contribute on offense end up getting completely wiped out of the offensive opportunity. They weren't even anywhere close to the ball, but the Lightning weren't able to capitalize, but they missed an open net. So it's kind of the worst of both ends of that situation, but the Foxes managed to come away unscathed for it.
Now with the ball up in front, a demolition, and the Lightning are going to really have to score right here if they want any chance to come back. The Foxes are going to put a stop to their current attack. They're going to have to recollect, and the ball is still in the Foxes zone, though. Salvation double commit from both teams. This ball could be shot out and waste so much clock. 20 seconds. Tyler is going to send the ball back into the Lightning half. Want Some Sugar will follow. The ball is up and it's bounced, and Salvation, he puts together a great touch. Cakeist one-on-one with Want Some Sugar. You just can't beat him out. Salvation off the backboard. That will be it for this game. We're going to see a tied series coming into Game 3.
Salvation would have very much liked that last goal, even if they couldn't have made a comeback from that one. But that's the way that it ends. Foxes take game number 2, tied up our series here at 1 apiece. Good performances on both sides, but still some errors that I'm noticing once or twice a game that really need to be picked up on. I noticed that right there at the end, actually, that final shot from Salvation knocked it off the backboard, but Tyler could very easily have rotated in to try and be there for the defense. That could have been a shot on target and a goal for lack of being there. Decided to go for the boost instead. So, not necessarily a punishing decision. It was the final 10 seconds. You can forgive them for not necessarily playing the game to their full extent. They expected to have the win. But it's still just something I find a little bit curious, personally.
Something that I'm noticing when I'm looking at the scoreboard here is that last game we were talking about how many shots the Lightning had. They had just 5 this game, and the Foxes did a great job shutting them down from getting those offensive chances because they were getting away with so many, and they really just put a stop to that and brought forth their own offensive chances that gave them this game. It was a little bit scrappy, but if the Foxes stick to this system, they're going to find a lot of success for the rest of the series.
They certainly will. There's no doubt their offense definitely was a little bit more prominent. As I mentioned, though, I don't want to see them overcommitting, especially trying to communicate with each other a little bit more on when somebody is going to do what, because it can get a little bit confusing at times who exactly is supposed to be up for the ball. And though I know at least one of their goals was just capitalizing on opposing mistake, so sometimes it'll work out for you, but not all the time. Not something to bank on. Let's see if they can change it up for game 3.
And now that we've had the kickoff coming across, Want Some Sugar is way up on the ceiling, making some incredible moves happen, but unfortunately, it wasn't all too meaningful. Double commit for the Foxes here. Could we see capitalization? Want Some Sugar up top. 2 players are there for the Lightning, and neither of them can get underneath the ball to just simply roll it in the back of the net. You hate to see that because it was a great chance. Salvation will send the ball back to his teammate, but he misses. 2-on-none. Tyler's going to look for the shot, and he doesn't get a piece of it. But Cakeist will end up putting it in his own goal, 1-0 lead.
And there is no denying that one. I mean, it was just a straight-up miss there from Cakeist, driving right past that ball. Maybe expected a bit more of an aggressive push there from Tyler and going for the dunk, which would have made for a decent play. I'm not going to lie. Contest there would have worked quite well in the Lightning's favor. Just didn't pan out.
Now with the ball in the Foxes' corner, the Lightning are going to need to answer back because the series is getting a little bit out of their hands momentum-wise. It's slipping from them, and they're going to need to put together something. The Foxes are going to look to bring that even further away. It's an outstanding shot from Want Some Sugar, comes in from way across that left wing if you're coming from the Foxes' side. Just great placement from him.
And so much time to make that shot as well. Ball just rolling down the sideline. And both the defenders were just having to get set up because they knew if they went for the ball, it was just going to be a forced shot and end up being on target anyways. Cake is trying to dive across and couldn't make the play.
With the ball around, it's coming up to the Foxes' half, and the ball is going to bounce around in the Foxes' corner. Cakeist is going to try to put it in, not strong enough. Want Some Sugar is going to try to bring it out here. It's coming across that midfield line. Tyler is going to put it a little bit on target, but it's sent out by Salvation. Ball pops up, and it's down to Salvation. Now he's going to try to dribble it out. Want Some Sugar will beat him to it and send it back into the Lightning corner. Ball's going to get sent out into front. Kakis will get a piece of it before Tyler can get there. Want Some Sugar with the ball on his head, not sure what to do. Backflip will actually beat out Kakis, and they're going to think about it for a second. Want Some Sugar was quicker to the ball, but he's beat up by 50. Tyler off the backboard, looking to follow it. He just doesn't have the height, had the placement and everything. Want Some Sugar is going to send the ball and switch the play. Is going to recollect some boost. Salvation making the ball to go into that corner. What is English? I can't collect the right thoughts. Want Some Sugar looking for a shot here. It's a little off target, but he had the right idea with no goalie in sight. Tyler's going to throw the ball back in, and that's just wasteful of possession. Ball coming across the midfield line. Kakis trying to bring it in front of center. Bad touch by Tyler, but Want Some Sugar has his back. Ball is coming to the midfield line where Kakis will kill it, but Tyler will send it back up. And looking for a goalie is Want Some Sugar, and the shot comes in from Tyler, bouncing around post to post, but it just does not go in. The kitchen is closed for the Foxes. The Lightning will not allow them to come. Tyler is going to try to send the ball back in, and Kakis is waiting. He's going to send the ball way out, and up top is Want Some Sugar to put the ball back into the wall. Kakis will follow with lots of boost and plenty of time. Tyler will send the ball back out and misses the chance to follow. Salvation is there. Want Some Sugar is going to make a play happen here with the ball. He gets dunked on by Salvation, who is coming up to send the ball into the front of goal. Both Foxes players miss, but no chance for the Lightning to put that one away. It's just a little too high. Want Some Sugar puts the ball back in the corner. Salvation looking for the pass, and Tyler will put a stop to that. Ball coming across, switching the play. We have a little bit of a break, so I can finally catch some breath. How do you feel about this match so far?
Honestly, I'm liking the effort that the Lightning are putting in, but it's totally matched by what the Foxes are bringing to the table on defense, although that might not be the case here. Kakis with an open net on the left side, gonna bring one back for the Lightning. A minute 43 left, still plenty of time to make something happen here.
That was just a great effort from the Lightning. Now they're within one and the game is back within reach for them. It's finally a great chance for the Lightning to catch back the momentum that they've been losing in this series with just over 90 seconds to go. The kickoff is going to come in, and it's favoring the Foxes. Want Some Sugar will miss, though, and suddenly it's an attack for the Lightning with no goalie. Outstanding shot from Salvation. Bar down skis and in. You love to see that. Exactly what they needed right now.
And a key cut on the rotation and accuracy on the shot was so important. We've seen the Lightning botch a couple of open nets so far this series, but Salvation making a point of not missing that time, making the key play. A minute 36 to go. We've got ourselves a tied game.
And, you know, this next goal is so important. The entire game lies on the next 90 seconds plus overtime if we need some bonus Rocket League. Salvation trying to make a dribble play. Kakis with tons of time. Want Some Sugar has a bad jump. The bump from Salvation and almost a dunk, but Tyler comes in from way downtown, since assuming this is the suburbs. Tyler's going to send the ball up to Want Some Sugar. Beats out the defender and just over Salvation's head. He watches it go in the back of the net.
And a good Foxes response here, something desperately needed. Just a nice little pop there from Tyler, and an unfortunate bump against Salvation. Unable to recover in time and recenter that for Want Some Sugar. So the Lightning getting very unlucky on that play. But I doubt that the fire's out yet. They're matching their opponent for shots, and they are definitely going to have the momentum to move in this final minute.
Tyler looking to make a play happen. The Lightning have 60 seconds to put together an equalizer. It's not too crazy to think that, because that is still 1/5 of the game. So we have tons of chances. A goal only takes a couple seconds to put together, as Salvation's going to try to put one together solo. Kakis had kind of backed off because he looked for a goalie beforehand and didn't find anybody, so he was out of the play. Kakis is going to send the ball down the wing. Want Some Sugar will turn and beat out Kakis. Salvation, a 50-50 from Want Some Sugar, and Tyler's going to bury the ball into the opposing side. He's going to waste some more clock, going to pitch it into the corner. That's going to chew even more. We're down to 25 seconds and counting for the Lightning. Salvation has plenty of time here. 100 boost. He's going to look to make a play happen. Kakis is out of that play, however. The Lightning are going to have to reset as we come up to just about 10 seconds to go. The Lightning are going to need something really dramatic as they come down the wing. Want Some Sugar is going to clear the ball out and choose some more clock. An extra touch will send the ball way down. The chances is just about up. The clock is ticking, and a double touch from Tyler, whether he thought of it or not, is going to close out this game with 1 second to go and a 2-goal lead.
And no better way for the Foxes to end this one than that double tap right there, earning insurance as late in the game as possibly can be. Same the 0-second mark, but overall, good stuff from the Foxes in the end, keeping their defense strong, making sure the Lightning don't have any more opportunities, and we saw that at numerous times where they were just trying to push the ball as far away from their opponents as was possible, shoving it to the back line, getting a second touch on the wall to keep it up high where it was difficult to play for the opposing team, taking this game 3 and the lead in the series along with it. Obviously, we do all 5, but they could win it out here in game number 4.
Yeah, it's going to be great for the Foxes if we could see them win 3 games in a row. But of course, for the Lightning, it's so important to take this game here because you just dropped 2, and you really don't want to drop 3 in a row because at that point, you're going to be demoralized. If the Lightning can win this game, they're going to see themselves so much more confident. It's important for them to get an early goal because that's what the Foxes have been doing. As one player, I mean, I guess I was it's really late to join the new match, but I thought someone had left the match. We're coming into game 4 here, and of course, every game matters, but this game really matters for the Lightning because you're looking forward to an advantage on some games that maybe opponents in your division might not be getting.
Well and truly, so the Foxes about to take this series if they can close it out here, but the Lightning have plenty to say. Put up quite a good fight in the last match. Let's see if they can fix up a couple of problems they did have in order to bring it back here.
With Tyler starting out the match with a dribble, he'll beat out Salvation actually with 0 boost. Want Some Sugar is going to have his back. Both players on the wall. The Lightning could capitalize on this if they could get the ball, and Kakis will make the save on the air dribble. Tyler off the backboard looking for Want Some Sugar. He's there, and he'll send the ball back into the corner to maintain the pressure, but both players backing off. And actually, a miss comes in. Want Some Sugar is going to come from way far out. Somehow, he beats the defender cleanly, but the ball is off target. Kakis is going to send the ball back. Rotating out is Want Some Sugar. Tyler, the only man on the attack right now. Want Some Sugar is just watching from afar and thinking, man, that would be pretty tough if I was on offense right now. I'm glad I'm not him, as Tyler's going to make some dribbles happen on both players. And finally, he's decided to come and join us up here on the Lightning half of the field. Looking for a goalie. He gets one. The other jumps. Tyler 50-50 to Salvation, and the save is made. If he hadn't jumped, we don't know what might have happened.
Absolutely not. And that jump from Salvation almost even cost him the goal because he was almost late to recover, but did manage to make the play in time. Had that vision in his head from the very get-go. The Foxes remain on the offense, however. The Lightning not yet a chance to push out. About a minute plus gone. We're still waiting to see a Lightning offense.
The Foxes have put on a lot of pressure, and it's interesting to see that the Lightning have not cracked yet as Want Some Sugar has found a crack in the wall right now. Waits out Kakis, and Tyler will put in the ball. Great patience from them, and they'll find a goal with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Great patience as they saw Kakis. They knew there was going to be a scramble right there. Looks like Kakis was also low on boost. Checking out the player cam confirms that fury, and of course it makes it so easy for the Foxes when the last man back has to die that what amounts to basically nothing. Due to the suspicion of, a potential attack, and you can't blame Kakis. Had to block that shot angle when possible, and Salvation doing exactly that to keep the lead at 1.
With the ball popping up, the Lightning have a chance to turn an attack around, but Kakis will miss. We've seen a lot of individual errors from Kakis, and you hate to see it because when it starts happening, it's like the rest of them just keep following through, and we can't really put a stop to it as Tyler will try to shoot that ball across, and it goes off the post and out. Cleared out by Kakis, and Want Some Sugar is going to follow it up on the wall. Looking to make a play happen. That's on target. A great individual effort from Want Some Sugar as he'll do it himself to put them up by 2.
Well and truly a great individual effort. Looking at this one off the side while beating out Salvation there. Kakis trying to grab the finish over in the corner and caught out just that little bit. Fox is earning 1 goal for every minute of gameplay that's passed so far, and they're looking to take this series right here.
For kickoff coming across the midfield line towards the Lightning half. Kakis is actually going to beat out the defender, and Salvation has a chance. He doesn't seem to have much boost, and as Kakis gets demolished, that pretty much puts a stop to that attack. Foxes are going to have some time to breathe, relax, and chew some clock as we're at the halfway point in the match. While in the Foxes corner, both players rotating out actually. Individual errors there in the goal. I see some players missing and hitting the post and flopping around. Tyler's going to look to send the ball out, and he will. Salvation is going to chase that down, thinking it's on target, but it was actually off. Wants some sugar off the wall, off the backboard, and it can't bounce up into center. Kakis with a dribble, setting it off to his teammates. Smart play there as Salvation takes the shot, and it'll go in from way out there.
The midfield line, definitely not somewhere you expect a shot to be coming through from all the time, but a good pass from Kakis nonetheless. Some Sugar just wanted to take their time on that ball, ended up not having the speed to get out off the post in order to make this save. But, I mean, if you're lacking boost, you go off that post, there's nothing you can do to try and stop yourself. Not much to be blamed there, but the Lightning still need one more to get back into this.
Ball bouncing around here. Salvation looks to bring them to a tie game with 2 minutes to go. Doesn't work out for him that time. Kakis with the ball in the Fox's corner, following with 100 boost, and he makes an error there, and he can't follow through. Tyler's actually going to beat out his defender. Kakis chasing it down, and Tyler just can't put the ball on target, and he watches it roll up the backboard. Some Sugar's going to follow and take a shot. 2 goalies there, beats one, but can't beat the second. Some Sugar still follows it up, and it's coming off the backboard. Tyler was sitting there waiting. Ball's going to have to bounce up, and they're going to have to wait. Tyler misses. Kakis misses. Everyone misses. And Some Sugar touches the ball, but misses the goal. Misses all around. Merry miss, as I would like to call it. Tyler's going to send the ball off the corner and out. Kakis following Tyler. Individual effort. Solo mission comes out unsuccessful. Some Sugar will finish the deal. 3-1 lead for the Foxes.
And just a beautiful contest here from Tyler, just forcing, I believe that was Salvation, to make that not necessarily the greatest touch in the world, but again, not many more options that Salvation had. It could have tried to boom it to the corner, but Tyler would have been there to just dunk it right back into the center. So overall, just a great offensive play. You mentioned the individual effort from Tyler, definitely what scores that goal in the end.
As the clock is ticking down, remember, the weight of this game for the Lightning is the entirety of this series, because they're looking to bring themselves a 2-2, make Game 5 so valuable for the record here. As the ball will pop out towards the Lightning half, they're going to have to restart. They need 2 goals in a minute's time, just like we saw last game. And the Foxes, they love this position here because they still have that room for error. Kakis looking for the pass, he puts it down, but Salvation just didn't trust Kakis enough to be up for that. Tyler's going to send the ball down. Kakis will keep it in the Fox's half to keep the pressure on. Some Sugar will get it out. Salvation throwing it back in for a 2-on-1, but Tyler will clear it entirely. Some Sugar applies the finishing touch. 3-goal lead, and it's all but over.
And Lightning, they had to commit to this play right here, and Salvation just not getting the power on that was basically the end of the road for that entire opportunity, because it allowed Tyler to push up a completely free ball, entirely uncontested, and had a passing target upfield. Could just shot it himself, but opted to use the passing recipient instead. I mean, just so many tools available to the Fox in that scenario. The Lightning had such a good chance.
And now, as we're seeing the clock come down to 20 seconds, ball in the Fox's zone, and with the clear, even more clock is being chewed, and the Lightning, they're going to have to recollect and think about next game here, as a 3-2 result is the best that they can muster by this point. As the clock is ticking down the final 10 seconds, we're at 5, and the ball is in the Lightning half. They're not going to get anything anymore, as it seems like we're all out of goals for this match. As the ball almost hits the ground, Kakis will keep it up. Lightning looking for something to compensate for their loss, but the ball will finally hit the ground, and we are done here in Game 4.
And we'll finally see the true rule number 1 being portrayed here, even at the 0-second mark. Wow. Everyone keeping up the ball.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there for all of you
bold.
Non-believers, you heathens, heretics out there. The true rule number 1. Anyways, Lightning losing out this series in the end, but they still have an opportunity to make it a 2-3 scoreline, which is still respectable in every way. Just overall, I want to say, it was a lot of panic I felt for the Lightning. There were many times where I saw, oh, they could do this or they could do that, but instead they just kind of rushed the play with kind of like just the vision of seeing the ball downfield and having a striking opportunity at the opponent's net. They don't stop and take the time to think about what they need to do. On the contrary, though, on the other side of that, if they take too long, then their opponents are just going to rush right in and take the ball from them. So it's kind of the lesser of two evils. Do you want to take your time and try and set up more deliberate plays, or do you want to just keep playing fast and hope that eventually something comes together? Because so far, they haven't been able to put anything together that works. Their aggressive offense in the first game proved to be their boon, but they haven't been able to replicate it since.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great efforts from from the Lightning, but they just haven't been able to find success, and you hate to see it because in that first game they really looked unstoppable, and the Foxes did an outstanding job silencing them from what they were doing and putting together their own offense to win some games. And now we're looking at Game 5 where the Lightning are just looking to get whatever they can out of this series, salvage any games that they could possibly take, and the Foxes are looking at a 4-1, which you might not have thought looking into the standings for this match, but now, as Wansome Sugar is going to look to dribble and take an early lead, he's going to beat out Cake. His ball's going to pop up. He actually does not get a good takeoff, but he's almost beat Salvation on that ball, as the ball will come out from the front of goal and down the wing. Tyler is waiting, and he will chip the ball down, and he will try to dribble it out, but Salvation will not allow it. Ball still in that corner coming out. Wansome Sugar is going to dribble it out. Met by a double commit from the Lightning. Actually, a bump play wastes out some time for them to return, but Tyler opts to go up the wall. Actually beats out the defenders. Salvation will send the ball out. Kakis will have his back as Tyler looks to capitalize. Kakis with a shot attempt. He's going to take it. Wansome Sugar is there. Not enough power to that ball. Salvation's going to look to throw it back in, but Wansome Sugar will miss. Tyler's going to bring it out to the corner, though. Look to flick, not working for him. Wansome Sugar's going to chip the ball up in the air. We'll have to wait a second for someone to make a play on this as it's coming off the backboard. No one capitalizing there as Wansome Sugar will throw it out. Opportunity wasted. Tyler's going to chip the ball way up. Kakis gets a piece of that. It's going to fall eventually to Tyler. Boots the back pass to nobody. Salvation. He misses, but it's going to roll in anyway. Tactical move, own goal. Poor brain play, honestly. I just can't think of anything he could have done better than that.
And so in that situation, just trying to make some sort of play on the ball, maybe a little bit of a panic scenario there. I didn't quite get much of a glimpse of the context of that. Unfortunate that it ends up moving back towards his own net, but the Lightning will gladly take the lead.
Now the Lightning are going to send the ball way out of their zone. 1-goal lead is the first time we've seen them have a lead in quite an amount of games here. Tyler's going to bring the ball down with him with a little fancy dribble. He's going to flick it past Salvation into the corner. Demolish Kakis, but he gets a piece of it. Shot coming in from Wansome Sugar, and it's just off target. Kakis is going to bring the ball to the corner and dribble it out. 50 from Wansome Sugar, and it'll send back into the corner on the opposite side. Tyler off the backboard, coming to Wansome Sugar, who backflips. You hate to see that because he really had both the goalies beat. Tyler's going to throw the ball back into the corner. Kakis actually puts it on target. Wansome Sugar, it's up too high. I see fans in that 7th floor who were taking pictures earlier flinching as that shot came up towards them from such a close angle. Tyler going to bring the ball to the corner with him popping out into the front. Kakis going to send it down the wing across the field. He's going to look to follow. Tyler shoots the ball across, switching the play. Wansome Sugar will sit in the goal and look to make a move down Main Street. He backs off, though, and goes back to goal. Wansome Sugar will now send the ball out, and 2 players rushing across on that wing. Not sure what the thought process is as they almost engage in the true Rule 1 amongst one another. Tyler's going to drop the ball down. Wansome Sugar will want to 50, but he backs off and opts to go to goal. Kakis off the corner. Wansome Sugar, smartly having waited, will send that ball out. Kakis throwing it back in, though. We're seeing a lot of double commits on wings from both of these teams. Kakis coming for the 50, and it happens again for the Foxes. This time defensively, Wansome Sugar will make the chase down clear on the backboard. Looking to follow it again as he takes a shot. Beats 1, beats 2, but I guess Kakis was just waiting that one out. Tyler does not wait it out and will dunk on him to send the ball in the back of the net.
And it just feels like there was so much panic having the lead with the Lightning on this situation. Kakis had so much time to react to that ball, but could never pick any one point to try and make some sort of effective clear. And ended up just kind of popping it up and didn't have any more options when Tyler was bulleting in for that one. Now they're going to have to score another goal, which is something they've actually, had a hard time coming by in these last couple of games. They only got 90 seconds to do it, though, and then potentially OT after that.
Wansome Sugar with a shot here, far down and out. No chance for that one to go in. It looked like it almost went, and I held my breath for a second. Tyler's going to look to dunk on him. He beats out the defender off the post. It's going to dance pretty much extravagantly. A great show for us to watch. Not so fun for a Foxes player, and especially scary for a Lightning player. Salvation with a dribble here, beats out the goalie. Ball into the corner. He can't make a play happen. We've got a minute to go, and we're tied at 1 here in game 5. Wants some sugar. One-on-one with Salvation. Exactly what he wants is that one-on-one chance. Looks to make a move. Salvation with the save. Tyler coming in. Salvation. Oh, brother, we are not worthy as he makes that save. Wants some sugar. Bringing the ball up the wall, looking to make a play happen. We've seen nothing come out of it though. Ball will sit there and clock will be wasted. Salvation off the corner and up in front. Tyler sending it out. Cake is going to follow. Wants some sugar, hasn't beat though. He's going to throw it out to center. Tyler waiting. He sees the error, but Salvation will get up and meet him at the point of the shot. Wants some sugar, in control of the ball. He beats out Salvation, has some time. Looking to beat Cakis, but it just won't happen. Ball popping out in front of center. Tyler trying to throw it in, but it won't work out. A chance for the Lightning here to make an attack happen, but wants some sugar. Will send it back out. No Lightning player there to collect it, except for Cakis, who comes from I don't know where. I didn't see him. Tyler's going to throw the ball down. We've got bonus Rocket League here in game 5.
And to me, it really feels like it could be anyone's game, but there's a lot of panic going on the field at any given time. We've seen so many double connects so far this game, and actually a lot of fundamental errors that I hadn't seen out of either of these teams. But what a pass from Want Some Sugar off the wall to Tyler to secure the game 5 win.
Well, I mean, I looked away for a second because I don't know what exactly I was thinking, but you can't look away with this Foxes team because they can put a goal out of thin air, and that's exactly what they do to take game 5 here and win 4-1 in this series.
And sometimes all you need is a small reset in order to pick up the win. And well, there you go. They had that 1-goal tie. They decided to put it down on their own half to send it to OT, and they were able to mop up relatively quickly after the fact. So great stuff from the Foxes. Losing out the first game, but then running it back for the rest of the series, all 4 in a row. Fantastic effort, phenomenal effort at that. Putting up 8 shots in comparison to the Lightning's 1 sole shot this game. And that really felt like the story of the series. I mean, the Lightning in the first match, they were relentless on offense, but the Foxes came back strong, and it stayed that way.
You know, it's great to see that the Foxes have turned this around because for a little while, they really were in control. And as they dropped these last couple of games, it's just tough to see. And it was just a great night of action we saw here in this series where it really didn't look like any team was really dominating the series except for, come when we saw a 3-goal lead or a 2-goal lead. That was pretty much the biggest we saw. And, there was never a point where I thought either team was out of a match.
Yeah, at no point was that ever really in contention. I mean, we saw some great comebacks tonight as well. I'm going to point out the last series that I actually watched, I believe I saw, oh boy, it was a 4-goal lead that ended up being ruptured. And the opposing team came back. I might be remembering a different series, but just, I've got so many matches of Rocket League floating around here. But it has been a wild ride for tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of wild rides, all rides have to come to an end eventually, and tonight's stream will unfortunately be coming to an end. As we're coming to a close here on, I believe it's week 5, week 6, we're somewhere around there. Man, I just lose track of it because there's so much all the time. But if you're looking for more info or more MLE action, maybe not MLE action, but more MLE talking, because we love to talk. I know I love listening to talking. You can see the Sergeant Scooby Show tomorrow on MLE Network. I forget the time. What time is that? 7, 8, sometime.
7:30.
You can catch it eventually.
7:30 Eastern. There you go. So.
Yeah,
if you're in like a false time zone like Central, then it's 6:30 or whatever you guys use over there. You mean whatever. Might as well use sundials at that point. Anyways,
right. I'm still waiting for my invitation to go on the show, but I'm sure whoever they have might be just a little bit under my quality of talking to hang out with tomorrow. There's tons of great things. If you're not following our Twitch channel, go ahead, give it a follow. I'm holding my controller. I don't know when my controller got in my hand. If you're not subbed to the channel, if you have money burning a hole in your pocket and it's not $60,000 to pay my college debt, drop some money on a 50% off sub to get yourself subscribed to the MLE channel. There's tons of Rocket League action all the time, and I'm sure there's something for you here.
Some Rocket League action all the time, except for the time when there isn't, which will be right after the end, unfortunately.
VODs on demand. VODs are always there for you.
That's very true. So, yeah, with that said, I think we're going to be ending out the stream. Thanks, Dylan, for showing up tonight. Gotta say a big thanks to Jordak and T-Bone Jones for running the broadcast behind the scenes, Rio for getting the lobbies set up. Overall, just a fantastic broadcast crew we got out here. Somebody get Deli on the show, by the way. I mean, I could kind of tell, you know, that got undertones. You know, I heard it, I felt it in my soul. But overall, that's gonna do it for us tonight. We enjoyed your patronage. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you next week.